out of the gate, and the Mishnah says that Higiu. Here we go. They stood in B'Shar El Yoim, and it says they walked out of the gate and they went down to the 10th step. That's what it doesn't bring that over here, but that's what we're discussing. And that is really what we're going to focus on is the 10th step that they stood on. It says they stood on the 10th step and they blew the trumpets. Boy Rabbi Yirmiyah, Lamal Asiris, the 10th step, make a dash. Lamal Asiris, the 10th step. The Noches Chamisha, did they walk down 5? V'koi Asara, and they stood. It says when they got to the 10th step, they blew. So is the 10th step, we mentioned it then, is it when they walked down 10 steps and they stopped at the 5th step? Or they walked down 5 steps and they stopped at the 10th step going up? So, because you're going down. So it says, the Naches Chamisha, did they go down 5, V'koi Asara, and they stood literally on the 10th step, if you're to walk up, right? The Naches Chamisha, they went down 5, V'koi Asara.
And stood
on the 10th step, yeah. You walk down 5, it is 15 steps. You go down 5, you're on the 10th step. Idilma, or maybe the Nachas Asara, they went down 10. It says when they stood on the 10th step, it means after going down 10, they stood. The Idilma, perhaps the Nachas Asara, they went down 10. The Koi Achamisha, and they stood really on the 5th step. The Gemara says Teiku. Teiku means we're going to have to wait for the Onavi to
the first one's a walk.
There was no one, there wasn't the
Tishbi Yashi.
I know. This is like a practical thing that we don't know that
we just don't know we don't know. Right, we just need the clarity. We need someone who's right.
It's not like a...
There was no one in the Beis Hamikdash that ever mentioned it.
Right, like no.
Yeah, we just
Exact words of the Mishnah that said which word?
The Mishnah said on Nun Aleph and Beis, they reached the 10th step. Which 10th step was it? 10th going up, or they walked down 10 and now they're on the 5th step?
Going up, obviously.
No,
but they went down.
They were walking down.
So they went down to the 10th step.
Oh, they're just saying.
So they went down only 5.
Could be they walked down.
I feel like this is such an extra question. Whatever.
But the Gemara doesn't even have it sad. The Gemara says take. We don't know where to go. Says the Gemara now. Tana Rabbanan. The Rabbanan Mimash Mashenemar. It's implied from that which it says. It's implied from the pasuk. It says Upaneim Kedma. It says that the earlier Dairos, who unfortunately were Rishoim, they turned their face towards the east, and their backs were towards the Beis Hamikdash. They didn't look towards the Heichal of the Beis Hamikdash. They looked away from it. So the Mishnah ended off on an Aleph and a Beis. The Mishnah ended off saying, "This is what it said: Achareim, their backs El Heichal to the Beis Hamikdash, Upaneim, and their faces were Kedma." So the Gemara wants to know, why does it have to stress both? That their backs were to the Beis Hamikdash and the faces were towards the east. Says the Gemara, Tarabana, Mimash Mashanemar, it's implied from the pasuk Upaneim Kedma, Ein Yedea, don't I know Sha'achireim, that their backs El Heichal were towards the Beis Hamikdash? El Heichal Hashem, El Heichal Hashem, towards the house of Hashem, right? It says they faced east, the backs towards the Heichal. If you just say you faced east, I'll know that your backs are towards the Heichal. So make a dash. Elamat Hamad Loimar Achareim El Heichal Hashem, in quotes, those 4 words. Elamat Hamad Loimar, what do I need to say? What does the pasuk say? Achareim El Heichal Hashem. Alamed, look at this, Rabbi Zai. Shayu Payrin Atzman, they would unclothe themselves, much reason, and klape mata, and they would defecate towards the Beis Hamikdash. Very scary. That's how far.
Because they were doing it to the gods?
No, they were doing it despite the Beis Hamikdash.
That was like a way of serving them.
That was a service to mata. They say really means towards Hashem, but they don't want to say that word up. But they would defecate towards the Beis Hamikdash. Mata here means downwards, but it really means to say that they defecate towards the Beis Hamikdash. So very scary. That's how low the level sank at the end of the Beis Hamikdash.
That's like hate. That's not a low level. That's hate.
I'm saying, yeah.
You would think that they would have like
spite.
That's not even what
Yeah. Huh? You're saying very good. He's saying that's not even what we remember as what destroyed it.
Oh,
He's saying very good.
You know
The
what
Eibishter
destroyed it.
Teisha was wow.
You know what destroyed it?
Anu laka,
whatever.
anu laka, ulaka einenu.
I guess.
Look at this by side. Anu laka, ulaka einenu. There was a statement which was pretty much just a repeat. Anu laka, we are to you, ulaka einenu, and to laka, anu laka, we are to God, ulaka einenu.
Says by Shabbos.
So says the Gemara, Eini, is it so? Now this is what they would be saying. They would be repeating this throughout the by the Simchas Be'Sheva in this procession. So the Gemara says, Eini, is it so? Eini, can this be so?
That's true.
Right, is it true? Va'am Rab Zeir said, Kol Omer Shema Shema. If somebody says Shema twice, Ki'ilu Omer Moidim Moidim. It's like he said Moidim twice. Oh, very good. Make a footnote right there.
Wow, we haven't had a footnote in weeks.
I know. Because the God that the Gemaras don't need so much Havana. This footnote is just from and you ready for this? You ready?
Ki'ilu,
No, Ki'ilu, it's as if I'm a Moidim Moidim. Both give the impression, or both give the impression of two gods. Whether you say Moidim Moidim, you're not allowed to say Moidim Moidim twice, and you don't say Shema Shema twice.
Maidim.
Yeah, but Moidim Moidim, yeah. Both give the impression of two gods. So, right? So you can add to the footnote, so how can they say this double expression? They said, we're to you, Hashem, and our eyes are to we are to God and our eyes are to God. How can they say the double expression?
No, it's a pause, not a pause.
But it's the same thing. It's repeating. You don't.
Hashem, pause.
But if it's the same idea, no, it doesn't seem that there was a pause necessarily. That's not stressed. It just says we are to God and we are to God and our eyes are to God. That sounds like it's a double statement. Double statement is usually we don't. If you repeat the same thing about God, we don't want that because that shows you have two gods. We are to God and our eyes are to, which are says the Gemara Elahachi Amri. This is what they said. We're modifying their statement. We want to just change it. It's two separate ideas. Elahachi Amri. This is what they said. Hema, the early generations, Hema, the early ones, Mishtachim Kedma, bow to the east. V'anu, and we, Laka, are to you, are to God. V'einenu, and our eyes, Lakam Yachlais, are hoping for you, are hoping to you. Hoping.
Can you read that one more time? I'm sorry.
Sure. This is the statement that they said. They said Hema Mishtachvim Kedma. The early ones Mishtachvim Kedma, bowed towards the east. V'anu Laka, but it come after Kedma. V'anu Laka, we are to God. V'einenu Lakam Yachlais, and our eyes to you are hopeful. Einenu, and our eyes, Lakat, to God, the Yachlas, are hopeful. It's two separate ideas. We are to you, and our eyes are hopeful. We are anticipating. We are yearning. I'm sorry. Okay, Clara?
Yeah.
So once we change it, you just don't want you to say a repeat of the same statement twice. Okay. Now we're going to discuss the different tekiyos that they blew in the Beis Hamikdash. Very interesting Gemara here. Says the Gemara, the Mishnah. Ein peichsen, you don't do less me'esrem v'achas tekiyos b'mikdash. You never blow less than 21 sounds in the Beis Hamikdash on any day. Ein peichsen, we don't do less me'esrem v'achas tekiyos, 21 tekiyos b'mikdash. In the Beis Hamikdash, on a day in the Beis Hamikdash, every day is never a day you'll do less than 21. Ve'ein ma'isifin al arba'am v'shmayna. And you never do more, and you never exceed 48, more than 48. You never do less than 21 and never more than 48. Period. B'chol yoim, every day, hayusham esem achas tekiyas b'mikdash. There's 21 tekiyas in the mikdash. On any day, there's 21 tekiyas. Meaning the standard, before any extras. We'll see on different occasions, obviously, they added on more tekiyas. But on any standard day, they started with 21. It started 21. And what were the 21? Shalosh 3 lepsichas sha'arim, for opening the gates. They started in the morning. They opened the gates, and that's how they started the service of the day. V'teisha, and the 9 blowings. The Tamid Shel Shachar for the morning Tamid. That's 11 already.
Tisha 9 and Tamid Shel Shachar.
12, excuse me, right. 3 for the opening the gates. 9 for the morning for the Tamid Shel Shachar, the morning Tamid. V'teisha the Tamid Shel Ben Abayim, and 9 for the afternoon. That's 21. Okay. Uve Musafin, and on days of Musaf, they would add on Musafin Oitesha, add on another 9. So you have 21. Now we're gonna have 30. On days of Musaf, you're gonna have 30. So every day's standard is 21. 3 for opening the gates, and 9 and 9 for the kabbanis. If there's Musaf, add another 9, so up to 30. Okay, so right now we have 21. Musaf will be 30. Over Erev Shabbos, on Erev Shabbos, Hayumay Sif and Sheish. They added on 3 more. Shalosh, Hayumay Sif and Sheish, make a dash. Over Erev Shabbos, Hayumay Sif and Sheish, they added on 6. Shalosh, the Hibatel Es Ha'am Mimalacha. Shalosh 3, Libatel, to stop Es Ha'am, the people Mimalacha. This was done a little bit before Shabbos. Yes, like they do.
Before the Sabbath.
Yes, they yeah, the Batel means to stop people, Mimalacha from doing Malacha. That wasn't by Shabbos. That was sometime before Shabbos. You had to already stop working. V'shalosh, and 3, Lahavdil ben Kodesh L'chayil. That was when Shabbos was coming in. This would usher in the Shabbos. They would blow these tekiyas, and you knew that Shabbos was coming in. V'shalosh Lahavdil, what?
Why does it say?
Ben Kodesh L'chayil.
To say l'chayil l'kodesh, no?
You're saying very good. You're saying Motzei Shabbos. You understand? I'm after ben Kodesh L'chayil. Shalosh Lahavdil ben Kodesh L'chayil. Very, 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 very geshmakadiyak. Period. So now we have 21 on the standard day, 30 days of Musaf, 36 on Erev Shabbos that had a Musaf. So yeah, let's say Erev Shabbos was Rosh Chodesh, with this past Shabbos. We have 36 tekiyas. Yeah? Right, Shmuel? Now Erev Shabbos Shebeseicha Chag. Now you have Erev Shabbos that was on Chol Hamoed. Hayisham Arba'am B'Shmoina. Now you had 48. This is the full. This is the most you'll get. Here we go. Shalosh Lipsicha Sharim. 3 to open the gates. Kama. Shalosh the Shara Elyon. Remember when as soon as they got to the top gate, they started blowing already. V'shalosh the Shara Tachtoin, and 3 for the gates on the bottom.
So there's 9 so
Oh,
far.
so far we had 3. Oh yeah, we can go through them all. Very good. 9. V'shalosh lemili hamayim. 3 when they filled up the water. Now I just want to point out, if you notice, we did not mention the 3 that the kids they blew on the steps. We just spoke about when they got the 10th step they blew. We didn't make mention of that. That's going to come up tomorrow or the next day. So right now we have Right now we have 3 for the opening the gates, 3 for the top gate, 3 for the Shara Tachtoin, 3 for the Milya Mayim up to 12. V'sholosh agav mizbeach. 3, you write when they put arava by the mizbeach. Just interesting to know. That's v'sholosh agav mizbeach. 3 when they put arava by mizbeach.
15.
So the 15. Teisha l'tomet shel ben shel shachar. Excuse me. 9 for the tomet shel shachar.
That's already out of my 24.
24. V'teisha l'tomet shel ben abayim. 33 of the afternoon tomet. V'teisha l'musafin. Now at the 42, because 9 for musafin. Now 42. Now we got to get to 48. Shalosh tibat al min amalacha. V'shalosh lahavdil b'kodesh l'chayil. Amazing. Okay.
What did we add?
48.
What did we add?
Well, we added on we added on at least 12. 12. You're right. Shara Elyon, Shara Tachtoin, Milya Mayim, and Mizbeach. We added on 12. So before we had 36, right? 36 was on a typical Shabbos. When you had on a typical Shabbos, on a typical Erev Shabbos was Erev Shabbos was Chodesh was 36 because you had Musaf on Yom Tif when you on Chalamoid Erev Shabbos when you have Musaf and you have the Yisachamayim you get the 48.
Sorry, Shmuel added onto my question. Now, this time it should have said Mekodesh Lekodesh.
Shosh lahavda because the Kodesh.
It's Chalamoid
Right. But Chalamoid we don't say Kodesh. We don't say we say
we
say it's the same. We say yeah.
It's a question.
Yeah. So now let's show me the thing about here.
It's your question.
Masnis and the like Rabbi Yehuda. You ready, Chavra?
Very good.
But so Mama's moving through the Masechta. So Masnis and the like Rabbi Yehuda. You ready for this? The Mishnah is not like Rabbi Yehuda. Look at this, very interesting. The Tanya we learned in a Brisa. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, who this is a poiches. When we the minimal. For the minimal, lo yivchais misheva, not less than 7. Hapoiches for the minimal, lo yivchais misheva. Don't do less than 7. Oh, so we're going to see in a second. V'hamoisef, and the maximum, lo yosef al sheishes, right? Don't do more than 16. So and now in Mishnah we have 21 of 48. Shmuel, right? 21 and 48. And over here, Yehuda is saying how many? 7 and 7, 16. Who can find like the
times 3?
Times 3. The math kid over here. Math guy.
Only did one tekiah.
See, bro. So Rabbi Sai, just tell you this before we see it inside. Every tekiah, excuse me. Right, we mentioned this once. Whenever they blew, they did tekiah, true tekiah. Were those a triple? Those 3 go together. You never blew just a trua. We learn from Sukkah that every trua has a tekiah before and a tekiah after. Okay, so the machlek is going to be, as Chaim Baruch pointed out, is that you look at those 3 as 1 or as 3 mitzvahs. Do you call it 3 separate blowings or 1 blowing? Because it always goes together. It's a combo. It's tekiah, trua, tekiah. Do you say that's 1 or you say that's 3? So Rabbi Yehuda, who says the minimum is 7 and the max is 16, because he holds every 3 is really 1. So 16 times 3, 7 times 3 would be 21. 16 times 3 would be 48. He really comes out to the same numbers. It just, he says divide it by 3, because you don't, the Tanakama and our Mishnah, who said 48, he holds that what? That each 3 is a separate, yeah? Here's the breakdown. Says Gemara. But my kamiflagi, look at this. Well, the Gemara says it. You don't need me to explain this. Rabbi Yehuda saw, Rabbi Yehuda holds tekiah, trua, tekiah. Achasi is 1 mitzvah.
Dash.
Yeah. Tekiah, trua, tekiah. Dash, achasi is 1. Right? Clear? Rabbanan say, Rabbanan hold tekiah l'chod or trua l'chod. A tekiah is alone and trua is alone. It's separate. A tekiah is alone and a tekiah is alone and a trua is alone. Says the Gemara. Says the Gemara. My time with Rabbi Yehuda. What's the reason for Rabbi Yehuda? Meaning, where does Rabbi Yehuda learn? Where does Rabbi Yehuda learn that that's 1? My time with Rabbi Yehuda that it's 1. So question mark dash. Amakra, the pasuk says usakatem trua. It says usakatem trua. It says below a trua, but he uses both words. You see tekiah and trua together. So you can write a small footnote right here. Uskatem trua. You have it right there. Uskatem trua. Uskatem trua. And I wrote by putting tekiah with trua, the Torah tells us it's 1 mitzvah. Uskatem trua. It's together. Rabbanon make a dash, which means
putting tekiah with trua.
It's 1. It's showing that it's a combo. It's to be looked at as together. Rabbanon and the Rabbanon explain. The Rabbanon explain. Meaning, how do the Rabbanon see it as three if the Torah puts it together? The Rabbanon explain. You ready? Hahu, that pasuk. Libshuta lefnei ula'achreu da'asa. It teaches. It's coming to teach the smooth sound before the smooth sound before and after. The pshuta means the smooth sound. Lefnei ula'achreu hu da'asa. It's before and after. It's coming to teach. You see how to read that? Rabbanan, which means the pasuk says uskatem trua. So if you hold this three mitzvahs, it's a separate mitzvah. Why is it put it together? Because the Torah has to still teach you that for every trua you blow a tekiah first.
Is that what we do?
Yes. Well, no. That's what we do. We do that. Yeah. Meaning, yeah. On Rosh Hashanah, I just want to jump back to a second. On Rosh Hashanah, you have to. On Rosh Hashanah, you have to blow a trua. We don't know what a trua is. Is a trua like that, or it's trua is like we don't know. And Mo, if you're brisket, you're not sure if it's also right. So, but before every sound you make, you gotta blow a tekiah at the beginning and a tekiah at the end, right? So that's why we never, they'll never, it's always tekiah, trua, tekiah, shvarm, tekiah. So this pasuk that puts it together is not coming to tell you that it's one mitzvah. Rather, it's coming to tell you that you have to blow a tekiah and then a trua. Not because it's one mitzvah. Just that's to say how to do it.
But what difference does it make what it is? And then we're getting to the same.
Oh, you're right. So we're just explaining how the machlekes is. Machlekes is not a machlekes in halacha.
There's no.
It's just how you count the tekiyas. You hear that? The machlekes right now is not how is not you have to blow less sounds. No, it is how do you count the sounds? Do you count every three as one, or do you count three as three separate blowings? The machlekes is all about how to count it. So Rabbanan is ahu that pasuk l'pshuta for this clear sound l'fnei ul'achreu. This before and after who das is coming to teach. Okay, period. Now, how do the Rabbanan still know that every sound is a separate mitzvah? Very nice. You told me that you need to blow one before, one after. Let's just finish up over here. Rabbanan, my tamayu. Why do they say it's three mitzvahs? Right, separate mitzvah. My tamayu. Why is it a separate mitzvah? My tamayu. What's the reasoning? Which means Rabbanan say that every blowing, every sound is another mitzvah. Even if you do tekiah, trua tekiah, is another mitzvah. So Rabbanan, my tamayu, that it's a separate mitzvah. How do you know it's a separate mitzvah? You hear Shmuel what the Gemara is asking?
When it's a separate mitzvah.
Meaning,
When
you go tekiah to I know it's three mitzvahs. Maybe that's one mitzvah. That's a machlekes right now.
It says one bracha.
Yes, but how do you know every sound? It says that in the basement is to do 48 sounds. So how do you know how to count it? You count as
how to count.
How to count? That's all talking.
Not a mitzvah.
I know the blowing. How do you know that each one is looked at as a separate mitzvah? Do you say each comes a group of three?
So
the
according
mitzvah?
to that, Rabbanan, you're getting more mitzvahs actually? No.
Well, they look at it as a separate mitzvah.
So you're getting more
Interesting.
mitzvahs.
You could say that. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. Yeah, a very interesting point you're making. Rabbana hold that it's a 3-7 ming. Yes. So Rabbana, look at this. Let's just finish up over here.
You made that point, not me.
Huh?
You made that.
No, but you bring it out. Rabbana, my tamai that 7 minutes. So look at this. Tersiv. Look at this. Tersiv, because the pasuk says "V'hakel as hakahol." This is talking about when Moshe Rabbeinu had to gather the nation. This is what they did. When you gather the nation, tisku, blow a tekiah, v'loy seriu, not a trua. Ooh. Now this seems very clear that the Torah is saying separating it clearly.
Yeah, but the tekiah you can do separate. Why is that?
And no, there's no mitzvah. And look, let's see. The Gemara says it. Look, v'yisal gedaitach, and if you think tekiah, trua, achasi, that tekiah and trua is one mitzvah, make a dash. Everybody say Amad Yami today. We're doing Amad Yami. I'm just working. Amar Achmana. Would the Torah say pal mitzvah avid, half a mitzvah do? Upal galoy of it?
Just counting it in. This pace will be done in the week.
Okay, should we stop? Let's stop here. Yeah, we'll stop by Kasha.
Everyone's really throwing shade here.
I always sleep on
We're
that.
at a period in 1 minute. The next one.
Hey, no, next line. So you ready for this? So he proved this point. The Rabbanan proved that it's separate mitzvah. Rabbi Huda. How does Rabbi Huda explain? Rabbi Huda will explain. You ready? How does Rabbi Huda explain? The pasuk says do one sound. It's not a combo. Each one is a separate thing. Hahu, that particular tekiah, meaning that particular tekiah, don't bring any raya from there. That particular tekiah, lisimana ba'alma huda asa, was only as a sign for the nation. That was not a mitzvah. That Hashem told Moshe, gather Klal Yisrael, blow a tekiah. That means it's a mitzvah? No, that's just a sign. Hashem was saying, blow a tekiah. That wasn't a mitzvah. So which means you can't learn from there that it's a separate. That wasn't even a mitzvah. So let's read that again. That particular tekiah, lisimana ba'alma asa, was coming as a simon, as a sign, and you can write a footnote, and it wasn't even a mitzvah.
So it's not a raya to.
Oh, so it's not a raya to the Rabbanan.
Mitzvah, that's one.
Oh, now just 5 words. Now we're gonna finish.
Rabbanon.
V'Rabbanon, how Rabbanon explained, it was a simon. They say, Rabbanon make a dash, simanihu, it was a sign. V'Rachmana shavi mitzvah, but the Torah makes it a mitzvah. You're right. The purpose of it was to be a sign to gather people together. But now that we have that sign, it's a mitzvah. Gorgeous, gorgeous. No, Gavaldik Ahmed.